Hello everyone. Today we are revising Unit 3 of Contract 2, and trust me, this unit is much easier than it looks. Whenever students hear words like agent, principal, ratification, sub-agent or agency by necessity, they start thinking it's complicated. But actually, you have already seen agency hundreds of times in real life. Let's take a simple example. Suppose you are in Lucknow and you want to sell your car in Delhi. You can't travel there. So you ask your friend to negotiate with the buyer and sell the car on your behalf. Now think for a second. Who is actually talking to buyers? Your friend. But whose car is being sold? Yours. That's agency. One person acts on behalf of another person. And that's exactly what Section 182 talks about. According to Section 182, an agent is a person employed to do an act for another or represent another in dealing with third person. The person for whom the act is done is called the principal. Simple memory trick: agent acts, principal benefits. If you remember this one line, half the concept is already clear. Now, here is something interesting. Most contracts require consideration, but agency is different. Let's say I ask my friend to collect some document for me. He agrees. No money is involved. Still, a valid agency can exist. So remember, no consideration is necessary to create an agency. This is a favorite exam question. Now the next question is, how is agency created? The easiest way is by agreement. Suppose a company appoints a sales manager. Simple, agency created. But things get interesting when we talk about ratification. Imagine your friends books a hotel room for you without asking first. Later you say, "Yeah, that's fine, I approve." Now what happens? Your approval validates the earlier act. This is called ratification. A simple memory line: authority later, validity earlier. That's a ratification. A principle related to ratification comes from the Latin maxim omnis ratihabitio retro trahitur et mandato priori acqui parator. Don't panic. You don't need to memorize it. Just remember, ratification relates back to the original act. Now let's move to a topic that confuses almost everyone: sub-agent and substituted agent. Let's make it easy. Suppose I appoint Rohit as my agent. Rohit then appoints Mohan to assist him. Mohan works under Rohit's control. This is a sub-agent. Now imagine a different situation. I tell Rohit, please appoint a chartered accountant for my company. Rohit appoints CA Sharma. Now CA Sharma works directly for me. This is a substituted agent. So remember, sub-agent works under the agent. Substituted agent works for the principal. Examiner love asking this distinction. Now let's discuss an interesting concept called agency by necessity. Imagine a ship carrying goods. A sudden storm damages part of the cargo. The captain cannot control the owner. The captain cannot contact the owner. Immediate action is required. The captain sells some good to save the rest. Was he authorized? Not specifically, but law allows it because there was an emergency. This is called agency by necessity. Three conditions: emergency, good faith, no possibility of communication. Remember these three words. They are enough for exam answers. Now let's talk about the relationship between principal and agent. The agent must follow instruction, act honestly, maintain accounts, exercise reasonable skill and care, communicate when difficulties arise. On the other side, the principal must pay remuneration, indemnify lawful acts, compensate the agent for losses caused by the principal's conduct. Think of it as a partnership of trust. The principal trusts the agent must justify that trust. Now let's move to termination of agency. This is usually asked as a short note. Agency may end in several ways. The principal may revoke authority. The agent may resign. The business may be completed. The principal may die. The agent may die. The principal may become insolvent. The agent may become mentally incapable. Once any of these happen, agency generally comes to an end. Now before we finish, let's quick revise the most important points. Section 182, Agent and Principal. Agency does not require consideration. Agency can be created by agreement, ratification, operation of law. Remember, agent acts, principal benefits, sub-agent works under agent, substituted agent works for principal. Agency by necessity requires emergency, good faith, no communication. And remember the golden line of ratification: authority later, validity earlier. If you remember these concepts, examples and distinctions, Unit 3 becomes one of the easiest unit in Contract 2. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, what do you find more difficult? Ratification, sub-agent versus substituted agent, agency or by necessity, or termination of agency. Also, if you are preparing for Contract 2, save this video because we will cover the next unit before the exam as well. Thank you for watching and all the best for your exams.